Rahab heard the sound of footsteps making their way toward her house, followed by a loud knock on the door. She knew the king's men were looking for the 2 Jewish spies she had let in her house, so she quickly took the spies up to the roof and hid them under the stalks of flax she had laid out on the roof. Then she came back and slowly opened the door where the people sent by the king stood waiting. As the door opened, the king's men shouted, "Rahab, bring out the 2 men you have hiding in your house. They are spies from Israel. Give them to us immediately," the king's men ordered. "We will take care of them." Hello, children. Welcome back to a new adventure in Joshua's journey. In the last episode, we explored the wonderful way in which God used Moses to lead the people of Israel. Then, after many years of serving the Lord, Moses died at the age of 120. So, the people of Israel needed a new leader who God would use to guide them. Their mission was to conquer the land of Canaan, a land their fathers were so afraid of only 40 years before. Although they were a very stubborn and disobedient people, God had mercy on them and did not leave them. And in Moses' place, he appointed Joshua as their leader. Joshua was a brave man who chose to obey God, and God was pleased with that. Although Joshua was inexperienced, and his mission to lead the people of Israel to the promised land was not easy at all, the Lord promised not to leave him alone to do it, not even for a moment. And what's more, the Lord God told Joshua that he himself would go before Joshua and his people. The people of Israel had once again reached the border of the land of Canaan. It was not easy at all to get here. God had delivered them from the Egyptians, but they still had a big obstacle ahead of them. Now they had to face the giants of Canaan. Yes, the country was very rich and beautiful, and yes, God would go before them. But when the Israelites thought of the giants they would have to fight, they almost forgot what God had promised them, and they were again terrified. The people of Israel were camping near the city of Jericho in the land of Canaan. Joshua chose 2 spies to send into Canaan. These 2 men would have to sneak into the land without being discovered. Joshua told them, "Go and explore Canaan, especially Jericho. Then come back and report to me what you find." Jericho was a large city just across the Jordan River. It was the first city that the people of Israel would have to conquer upon entering Canaan. The spies set out for Jericho, just as Joshua told them to. Their mission was not going to be an easy one. Joshua had asked them to look carefully at the city of Jericho, but they were to do it without getting caught. If anyone found out about the purpose of their visit to the city, it could cost them their lives. Besides, if the people of Jericho learned that the Israelites were camping nearby, they might attack them unexpectedly. So it was very important that the spies go into the city unnoticed. Once they arrived in Jericho, the spies sent by Joshua were amazed. Jericho was a large and powerful city. It was surrounded by some very high and thick walls that protected it. Even though the walls were hard to get past, with God's help, the 2 spies managed to get inside the city. All day, they gathered information about the people and how they protect their city. But when night fell quickly upon them, they had to find a place to hide so that in the morning they could return to the camp of the people of Israel. In their time of need, God helped them again, and they entered into the house of a woman named Rahab. Though it was dangerous for her to host the 2 spies from the people of Israel in her home, Rahab chose to help them because she had heard about the greatness of their God. But it seems that the 2 spies did not sneak in without being noticed, because someone found out about their presence in the city and went straight to the king of Jericho, telling him, "My king, I have noticed 2 foreign men in Jericho today. I think they are Israelites who have come to spy out our country," the man continued. But King, I think I know where we can find them too. I saw them entering the house of a woman named Rahab." Then the angry king answered, "Go quickly to this woman, seize those Jewish spies, and bring them before me immediately." The king shouted his orders. Rahab heard the sound of footsteps making their way toward her house, followed by a loud knock on the door. She knew the king's men were looking for the 2 Jewish spies she had let in her house. So she quickly took the spies up to the roof and hid them under the stalks of flax she had laid out on the roof. Then she came back and slowly opened the door where the people sent by the king stood waiting. As the door opened, the king's men shouted, "Rahab, bring out the 2 men you have hiding in your house. They are spies from Israel. Give them to us immediately." The king's men ordered, "We will take care of them." Then Rahab answered them, "Yes, 2 men came by, but they were in a hurry and left earlier today. I had no idea who they were, and I don't know where they went, but if you hurry, you might catch them." Rahab continued, "Well, a lie is never the solution for getting out of a mess. If we lie, we disobey God and upset Him." Rahab was of a heathen people who did not know God or His laws. She had only heard of the God of the Jews and of His power, but she did not know that lying was a sin, as we know very well from the Bible. All Rahab wanted was to help the spies, trusting that God had sent them. So the king's men hurried off and went out looking for the spies. After they left, Rahab went to the roof where she hid the men from Israel and told them, "I have heard of your God. We've all heard of Him." Rahab said with a trembling voice, "I have heard how you left Egypt, how your God dried up the Red Sea and you crossed it. I have heard of the nations you fought with and how God gave you the victory. And I know there is no God like your God. He is the Lord over heaven and earth, and He has also given this land to you. All of Jericho is terrified and trembles before you because of this. But now, I ask you one thing," Rahab continued. "Please promise me that you will show me and my family the same kindness that I have shown you. When you come to conquer Jericho, let me and my family live," Rahab pleaded with the spies. The 2 spies answered her, "Absolutely. If you don't tell anyone about us, we are ready to give our lives to keep you and your family safe. And when the Lord delivers Jericho into our hands," the spies continued, "we will show kindness and faithfulness both to you and to your household." Now the spies had to return to Joshua and the people of Israel. But after everything that had happened, it was very risky for them to be seen in the city. All the people of Jericho had already learned of their presence in the city, and the king wanted them captured immediately. Then Rahab had an idea. Her house was part of the outer wall of the city, so she let them down by a rope through the window. As they were going down the rope, Rahab told them, "Don't go back through the city. Go to the mountains so you don't meet those who want to capture you. Hide there for 3 days until things calm down, and then return to your people." The 2 spies did exactly as Rahab told them, and after 3 days of hiding in the forest, they came down from the mountains, crossed the Jordan River, and reached Joshua and the people of Israel. When the spies returned to the camp, they told Joshua everything that had happened to them, and he was amazed at how God took care of them. They came so close to being caught, but God appointed Rahab, a woman from Jericho, to shelter them and help them escape unharmed. And what's more, they found out something very important about the city of Jericho during their visit. Though they were terrified of this large and powerful city, it turns out the people of Jericho were actually more afraid of them and their God. Interesting, right? I think the two spies had a lot to learn from this experience, as we have a lot to learn from this episode too. If God is with us, we have nothing to fear. Yes, there may be situations that seem much too hard for us, and in fact, they are too hard for us, but they are never too hard for our God. After the two spies shared God's faithfulness, they said to Joshua, "The Lord has surely given the whole land into our hands. All the people are melting in fear because of us." Children, remember this. Whenever you have a problem, don't look at how big your problem is, but choose to look toward the Lord God, who is bigger than any problem. He holds in his hand heaven and earth, and more importantly, he holds you in his hand. Produced by David and Goliath Productions. If you liked this episode, give us a like and a 5-star rating, and remember to tell your friends about us. You can rewatch this episode, along with the rest of the series, on YouTube on the DG Bible Stories channel. You can also find our series in audio format on most podcast apps. We invite you to check out the Joshua original song on our DG Bible Songs channel on YouTube, where we frequently post Christian songs and animations for children.